Well, good morning. Buenos dias. Welcome to Casa Bacardi and to this special seminar on Taiwan as a model for Cuba's future development. I want to thank, first of all, the Taiwan Foundation for Democracy that provided the fund and the impetus for this seminar. I also would like to thank Ray Mo, Director General of the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Miami. And also I want to thank all the distinguished guests and speakers that have come from Taiwan for this seminar, as well as my colleagues that are participating. In particularly, I want to thank Pedro Roy and Maria Urizar, who have worked so hard to make this seminar possible. And last but not least, I want to thank Honorable Liliana Ross-Leithinen, who will be here with us later to be the keynote speaker at lunch. As I began to read and study the transformation of Taiwan into a modern, industrial, and flourishing economy living in freedom, it struck me that Taiwan modernization began in the early 1960s at the same time that Fidel Castro took power in Cuba. The model that Castro imposed, we all know. It involves state control of the economy, confiscation of all private and foreign properties, emphasis on agriculture, especially as Cuba became a major exporter of sugar to the Soviet Union, and finally, all of these within a totalitarian system that destroy human freedom and initiative. Contrast this with Taiwan. In the 60s and 70s, Taiwan decreased their share of food processing and textile, increased the development of capital and skill-intensive industry such as petrochemical, metals, machinery, and high-tech industry, shifted from agriculture to industry. And by 1995, Taiwan became the third largest producer of information technology. An economy that is today dominated by small and medium enterprises. The distinctive features of Taiwan economy today are low tariffs, relaxation of imports, financial liberalization, and upgrading of industry. The Taiwan miracle has occurred in an island with limited resources that was basically poor, an agricultural country with a dense population. All of this has happened in the past 2 decades or 3 decades within a framework of freedom and constitutional government. The Taiwan experience demonstrates, especially for Cuba, that it is possible for an hegemonic party to engineer a peaceful and gradual transition away from a one-party authoritarian rule while modernizing at the same time the economy. Contrast this with Cuba. Cuba in 1959 was a modern economy, one of Latin America's most advanced, diversified, although small, industrial base, the fourth largest reserve of nickel in the world, a booming sugar and tourist industry, and close to an industrial, wealthy and large power. And look where Cuba is now. How can Cuba profit from this experience of the Taiwanese people? Is the model for Cuba that of mainland China, or is the model for Cuba of Taiwan? This seminar will address this and hopefully other issues. Now I'm happy to introduce Mr. Ray Mo, who would like to say a few words.